The bend in the road is not the end of the road unless you fail to make the turn. Helen Keller. My friends, when you start running into problems with the charts and you're just not sorting it out, things aren't looking good, keep pushing forward. We have times when the charts have a hard time working. Sometimes it's particular time frames. Sometimes it's just the entire market is too up and down sideways. The economy's weird. Things are happening and there's just no way to find your way above water. That's okay. Just keep pushing along and learning. Everything is about going through market cycles and learning how to deal with it. The more you experience, the better you get. So what do? You practice 10 to 15 minutes each and every day. I tell everybody you don't need more than that. Why? Because you will very quickly burn yourself out. Life goes on. You got other things to do. But if you will dedicate that 10 to 15 minutes, 5 days a week, not 3 hours on Sunday, you have to have the daily practice. Practice trade as much as you can. Follow us on these charts. Come up with your bevy of stocks and ETFs. We call it your quiver, your arrows in your quiver, those things that you follow on a daily basis, and start practice trading as soon as possible. Paper trading doesn't cost you anything. When you think you're getting good, go over to what? We call it fractional trading, a small dollar amount. If it's something like the $600 SPY and you have a broker that'll let you buy a fractional share, then you just buy $100 and you trade that. Again, if it's something like, you look at Bitcoin right now, HODL, $114. You buy one share and then you practice trade that. Now that's after you've been doing it a while and you start seeing some success on your paper trades. And again, we don't want you to get yourself hammered. You start throwing real money in thinking you're some kind of genius because the market's been going up a while. And when we see these stretches like this, starting back in September of last year where things just went up, pulled back a little bit, then up, you look like a genius if you just got in anywhere in here. That doesn't mean you're a genius because the market does come down. So again, you have to go through the seasons. And I tell everybody, don't worry about how long it takes. It'll take as long as it takes, but once you master the market, you'll make up for all the time you ever spent. You just have to slowly develop yourself a plan, trade that plan, and again, adjust that plan as you go along. Things will change. Of course, we've got the advent of artificial intelligence coming in here, but that can help you too. So again, if you're not in the market, you're not learning, you're not going with it. So get in the market, stay in the market. You can do this. Let's jump in. We see stocks, gold, and Bitcoin are down. The only thing for the day that's up is TLT, 20-year U.S. government bonds. Now, I told you guys I didn't feel great about this rotation over. I told you that on Friday. Go back and listen if you don't believe me. Those of you didn't listen on Friday, I hope everybody did. But I said, not getting in here. Why am I not getting in here? Because it's not set up the way I like it. It's not a green spinning top. It's not what we like to see when we jump in. Why? Because it moved up way too much and it didn't have any volume additionally backing up that movement. And what did it do? It pulled back strong on Monday, 1.41% down. The hammer down was in the morning, not as bad in the afternoon. You can see the Friday, Monday, we now have a green spinning top. And after 3 nice up candles pulling back strongly. So we'll keep an eye on what's going on with SPY as the week moves forward. Doesn't mean it won't eventually get back up to what it was. But the reason I don't like these big blow up candles is they deflate like this. And then if you're in it and the first day you go down 1.41%, my gosh, all you have to make up. And if it goes against you, you're just really caught in the vice. What's up with the Qs? Man, it's gone full negative, down 2.91, almost 3% in a day. Just hammering down all the way down to the prior down line. Hasn't crossed, did sort of cross through it there at the end of the day. So again, not pretty at all, and went to almost a doji here on the 2-day chart. So again, when you don't have volume backing up your move, you don't have any oxygen in the room to sustain life. That's another way to look at volume. What about 20-year U.S. government bonds? Again, they were flipping around this last week. They had a spinning top, I told you, so at least it was a spinning top. You didn't have all this exuberance popping up and then dying. And what did bonds do? They went up some. Now, I wasn't excited about it because it didn't have the volume there. But at least, again, you had a green spinning top, so I'm not surprised that they sustained some up movement. You can see another green spinning top on the 2-day with decent volume there. You can see up in the morning, a little further up in the afternoon on the half day. What about gold? Now, gold had, again, a nice week last week going into the third week. It's down 1.04%. This red volume doesn't mean negative volume. I explain that all the time. It means the way we have the candles keyed up with the volume is it opened lower than the prior close. But it does give you some clues when you see things go red on the volume during up moves. You can see that, again, we did drop below the prior high on the opening, or the prior close, rather, on the opening. So always remember that. We can see where we are on the 2-day. You know, we had that prior peak. You can see it on Friday morning, and then things rolling over, you know, didn't go up as high Friday afternoon and then down on Monday. So gold pulling back some doesn't mean that up moves over. But of course, as we look, you know, we can see we've got possibly a ceiling right here. And in fact, you know what we do when we have possible ceilings? You guys know what we do. We go ahead and we put ourselves a horizontal. We're going to put a ray in here. We're going to put a horizontal ray right here. And that, again, is going to show us from where things topped before. So make sure we've got that on the top. Yeah, there we go. See how we hit right up there last week and then this week pulling back? So gold so far not clearing that level. So it's handy to use prior tops and prior bottoms to help you find an area where there is a potential ceiling or a floor. And again, gold down 1.04%. What about Bitcoin? Bitcoin pulling back strong too. Now, Bitcoin, of course, we had the prior high on Bitcoin. We popped up there this last week. Again, the prior high in Bitcoin was 122.63, 121.39. So we were getting up close to that. And then as we start the week off, pulling back strongly, 3.43%. We can see where that's happening. And we had lots of volume there. But again, markets pulling back and Bitcoin maybe mimicking those. Again, wasn't a turnaround for us there on Bitcoin because, again, it was just sort of sloughing along, not giving us any clear signals. We had this strong bump up, and it did have volume pushing it up. But, of course, it was after all these weeks of sideways sliding. So we'll continue to keep our own Bitcoin as it pulls back. What I keep hoping for is we're going to get a good, clean start on Bitcoin, where we have a beautiful interim bottom with decent high, average to high volume, and then a beautiful turnaround with a green spinning top. That's what we're looking for. And when we get one of those after an interim bottom with volume, we're going to get in it and ride that pony. But again, it's only when it sets up, and don't get perturbed when things don't set up. It just means they're not ready to give you the signal. Doesn't mean they're going up or down. It just means they're not telling you. And when they don't tell you, you move on to something else that is. You can't force a trade. You force a trade, the market will eat your lunch. Lesson for the day. God bless, my friends. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World Headquarters.